In this lesson, we're going to take a look at how we can use the Views user interface to change the sort order for our content. Our upcoming events view, which you see here in front of you, currently displays upcoming events in descending post order, meaning that the newest post shows first. If we actually scroll through this view, we'll see that the first item is event date March 20th, 2017. The next one is October 2nd, 2016. And then we have one that's September 21st, 2016. And then at the bottom, we have one that's July 24th, 2016. So this is not an incredibly useful sort order because what we want to see at the top is the next event that will happen. This will be the most useful for our users. Additionally, when we looked at the options available for editing content, under the promotion options, there is the setting to make something sticky at the top of a list. If we take a look at the front page of our site, let's go back up to the top here and head over to the home page. You'll see that two of these teasers are in these gray boxes, and they're highlighted in a special way. They will always appear at the top. Underneath them are all of the other teasers, which are just on the white background. These two at the top have been made sticky at top of lists. This causes them to display at the beginning of the view, regardless of what other sort criteria are in place. So let's go back to events, and I'm going to scroll down here to the bottom. Homemade baby food is the only event that has an image, so it's probably a more important event than the others. So I want this one to be sticky at the top of lists. I also no longer want it to show on the homepage because I now have other ways to show content on the homepage. So I'm going to use the quick edit here. And instead of actually using quick edit, I'm going to choose edit. Under promotion options, I'm going to remove promoted to the front page, but I'm going to add sticky at top of lists. And then I'll click save and keep published at the bottom. Now we're looking at our event view again with upcoming events, but we'll see that that sticky at top of lists change didn't make any difference in where this displays in this view. That's because this is controlled by the sort criteria. And right now, the only sort criteria that exists on this view is to show the most recently posted item first. So let's go ahead and edit this upcoming events view. I'm going to head over to the tab where I already have this view open and scroll down a little bit so that you can see the sort criteria section in this interface, which is right here. Right now, the only criteria available is content authored on descending. We'll click Add next to Sort Criteria and add the two criteria that are important to us, which are the event date and sticky status. Rather than scroll through this long list to find the things that I need, I'll use the search field up here at the top. I'll type in sticky, select that, and now I'll type in event and then find the event date field. Now I will click the Apply to All Displays button that's at the bottom of this modal window. And here I'll make the choices as to how I want these criteria to actually work. What rules do I want in place? So right now I'm looking at the event date criteria. In this case, I want my content to sort ascending, not descending, because I want the next event to happen to be the first one that displays. And then events that are further off in the future, I want them to display lower in the list. So I'll go ahead and leave this as sort ascending and then click apply and continue. And then I'm going to click this again. We're still on event date. Now you'll see that I'm actually in a loop here, which is saying event date again, and I could just keep clicking apply and continue, and it's going to continue in the loop. This is because we're still using the Drupal beta for the purposes of creating this video, and there is a bug in the way that this works in the Drupal beta. By the time you're working with your Drupal site, this will have been fixed, and the next screen that you will see will allow you to configure the criterion that's next in the list. Since that's not happening and I'm in a loop here, I'm just going to click the cancel button and then cancel again and cancel again. And then I'll click out of the little X here to close this modal window. Now, because I've already added these sort criteria, they are still listed in my sort criteria options here. So I can go into any of these and edit them individually without having to go through that initial modal. And currently in the Drupal 8 beta, that is not buggy, so that will work correctly. So under event date, right now it's ascending. That's what I want. Under sticky at top of lists, what I actually want is descending because I want items that are sticky to come to the top, to the very top of the list. So I'm going to click on that and I'm going to change the order to descending and then click apply to all displays. The next thing that I want to do is adjust the order of my sort criteria because the order is very important. These are the rules that determine how the content is going to be listed. And what happens is the rule that is at the top is going to be the first one that's applied. So since I want sticky content to be the first that appears on the page, I want to make sure that the sticky rule is the first one applied to my view. The next thing that I want applied to the view is the event date rule, which says show the next upcoming content first. In this particular case, I don't want the authored on sort criterion in place because that's not relevant to the upcoming events display. So I'm going to click on this little drop-down menu next to the Add button, and I'm going to choose Rearrange. First, I'm going to remove authored on because I don't actually want that in my criteria. And then I'm going to use the little grabby handle next to sticky, and I'm going to drag it above event date. Now I can click Apply to all displays. As a reminder, these changes that I've just made are not actually going to apply to anything until I click the Save button. If I scroll up here, you'll see that the upcoming page title under Displays has the little star next to it that indicates that there are unsaved changes. And I have the big yellow warning telling me that I have unsaved changes. So I'm going to scroll back down and I'm going to go ahead and click Save. Now if I head back over to the view itself, we'll see that the sticky item has jumped up to the top of the list and it looks like it's sticky. It has the gray background that makes it special. And then if I scroll down, we'll also notice that the events are listed in chronological order. So September 21st, 2016, October 2nd, 2016, and then March 20th, 2017. Now the events are displaying in an order that makes sense for the type of content that's being displayed.